So the guy was literally like, yo, why should I speak English with him when I can speak Bulgarian with you? He's most likely a spy for the English government or something like that.
Yeah, time for some context. Let's relook back 2 years. It's the summer of 2021, and it's my first time in Bulgaria. And I was stunned at the ancient sites they have here. From Bekliktash, a giant stone circle where they even balanced a 120-ton rock on 2 small points, Peparikon, a huge city carved on top of a mountain, and other mystical places like the tomb of Bastet, where supposedly the Egyptian goddess is buried. I also heavily fell in love with the culture, people, and just general landscape here. I mean, it's stunning. And so, I decided to come back to this beautiful land and discover some more of its ancient mysteries.
Here at ᚠᚨᚲᚷ.
It's an ancient Thracian tomb here on the east coast of Bulgaria, close to the Black Sea. And the Thracians are, in general, some of the most interesting people, or ancient people. They're not really here anymore, and their language is dead too. But their monuments still exist, and some of them are really fascinating, just like this one. The sensations that you can feel in an ancient monument like this one are just really indescribable. It's a feeling of connectedness for me, one that is almost in a way overpowering. And that even now when I look at this footage and am brought back to this memory. My friend Gabriel was born and raised in the area and has heard a guide say,
He was like explaining that here there used to be these rituals where people on horses would come here and walk around this place.
Now officially, this site is a tomb. The problem with that is that there were never any remains found at this site. And this is also where different hypotheses come into play.
Do you know the paintings of this guy, Alexander Gray? Alex Gray?
Yeah.
And his like images that are resembling, to me when I see the inside of this tomb, it seems like
the Taurus energy field we
exactly
have around us.
Exactly, yeah.
It does look like it. It really does.
Yeah.
Now, in the case that you don't know what a Taurus energy field is, let me explain that for a quick second. Studies have shown that our hearts actually create an electromagnetic field surrounding us, which is oftentimes depicted to be in the shape of a Taurus energy field. As it is assumed, since energy cannot be destroyed, that the flow of energy goes up and around and goes back in, and it follows that cycle through. And that the ceiling of this ancient Thracian monument is really perfectly depicting the top of a Taurus energy field is really strange, especially with what Gabriel is saying here next. I wonder if, because the tomb necessarily is like ground level. What if you flip it? Like what if there's the same structure like...
That's something that he said last time.
He did?
Yeah, he did say something like that. That he thinks, he didn't say it is like that, but he said that he thinks that there might be, like this might be an actual orb rather than half an orb.
Man, we gotta ask this guy some questions. So we went ahead and did just that. However, he did not seem too pleased about my appearance on the site.
So the guy was literally like, yo, why should I speak English with him when I can speak Bulgarian with you? He's most likely a spy for the English government or something like that.
He said that?
Yeah, he said, I mean, he was most likely joking, but he said that. And he said, okay, let's just give him something to read because, you know, he came here for something. Just explain to him this is just stones and sand and nothing really important.
I guess I can cross off being assumed as a British spy off my bingo card of life. To stay on the British theme, this duo of Sherlock and Dr. Watson, together with their dog Scooby-Doo, went to another Thracian tombs just a few kilometers away from this one. It looks strikingly similar from the outside. I mean, we'll see if there's an entrance. It doesn't really look quite excavated, but it also raised the question of how much, like how many more there are even. Because, I mean, there are a lot of hills here in the land side, and I mean, this is labeled as one, and I don't know how they figured out it is one. There is a hole. This adventure further increased my appetite for Thracian sites and the mystery all around. So if you're from the area, comment some places I should visit, like, subscribe, and follow me on Patreon to stay up to date. Also check out the podcast Reflection that I recently dropped, and on there I'll also share some more information about the site. You do feel like an energy, like a power. A lot of good questions, not many answers. The Thracians surely did some interesting things, and what exactly is a good question. But we're gonna find out more and more. We're gonna piece the puzzle together.